Hello everybody. Today we are here with a new chapter and a new concept, that is learning about endocrinology. Endocrinology, the science or the study of the glands which have a direct secretion into the blood and which are essential controllers of the activity of our body. We earlier had a glimpse of the nervous system and realized that it also controls the body. So these are the two systems which control our body, the nervous via the nerve impulses and the endocrine via the hormones. Now this endocrine system is the system of hormones, and so my first chapter will be dedicated to understanding what these hormones are, how they function and how they are discarded after utilization from our body. Let's begin. So let us understand the difference between the two types of glands, that is the exocrine gland and the endocrine gland. The exocrine glands are the glands which secrete via a specific duct, and the duct opens at the site of action of the hormone, like the sweat glands, the mammary glands, the sebaceous glands, whereas the endocrine glands or the ductless glands secrete into the blood directly, and the hormone travels via the blood to complete its desired action. Now let us classify the glands on the basis of their structure. On the basis of the structure, the glands can be simple or compound. The glands are called simple when their ducts are not branched, and the name of the gland is as per the shape of the duct. Say for example, the tubular or the coiled glands, whereas if the duct is branched, then the glands are known as the compound glands. The second method of describing the different types of glands is depending on their functions. So we have three types of glands out here. The merocrine glands, in which the gland releases the entire substance by exocytosis, but there is no difference or no damage to the structure of the gland. So the total secretion is by exocytosis, whereas the glandular cells remain intact. The example of this gland is the sweat gland. The second type is the apocrine gland. Apocrine gland, the apex part of the gland disintegrates after the secretion, whereas the remaining part of the gland remains intact. So this is the sebaceous gland, an example of the apocrine gland. And the last is the holocrine gland, in which the entire glandular cell disintegrates after its secretion, and the example of this holocrine gland is the mammary gland. So now if we understand what exactly a hormone should be like. A hormone is a chemical messenger which transmits information. It carries the impulses or the information from the site of its secretion to the site of its action. The hormone is very specific in nature, in its chemical nature and in its nature of action. That is, the action will be elicited only when the hormone and receptor come together. So every hormone is specific to its receptor. The hormones are specialized in nature. That is, they will perform only the specific function for which they are made. Most of the hormones are proteinaceous in nature. Few hormones are steroid in nature as well. If we look into the few more things about the hormones, we observe that these are the regulatory or control structures secreted by one and active at some other place. So we were talking about the hormones. These hormones are very specific in action, and the duration of their action varies from fraction of a second to up to even months. Say for example, we know the hormones which affect the menstrual cycle and the ovarian cycle. They have a longer span of action. So if we understand in a small summary, we will realize that chemical substances which have potential to behave like messengers and controllers, and which are regulated by their own volume, that is, feedback is by their own existence, the own amount. They are the bombs which generate long-term effect of control on our body, unlike the nervous system which has a short-term control on our body. These hormones are the primary secretory substances of the endocrine gland, which we are going to take up into details, and there are so many endocrines in the glands in our body secreting these different hormones, and each hormone has its specific function, specific disease conditions produced by its hypo or hyper secretion, different mechanisms of management, and also the controls. So this is all about an introduction to the endocrine system. Now after this, we will be doing each endocrine gland with all its details in individuality. Thank you for being with me.